you need to be the best version of yourself. And I think the thing is that guys are yearning for this because we've been lying to men for the better part of 5 to 6 decades about what being masculine and strong actually is. We've been demonizing it when in reality, guys need to become stronger. Because no woman wants a weak man, even though girls say dumb shit like, oh, well, you know, I want you to be emotionally intelligent and get in tune with your feelings or whatever. It's all a lie. Oh, see. Okay.
No, but I personally would like a man that's emotionally available and emotionally intelligent, but it's not me saying, like, I want you crying all the time. So, do you know what I mean? It's true, though. We
tell guys not to be vulnerable in front of your girl. You know, you go ahead, you're going to be vulnerable, you're going to shed a tear, whatever. You do that around other men that understand, you know, the male experience. Women don't understand the male experience at all. And it goes to show, like when I said earlier, when you put the girl in a male perspective, I want you to pick up this girl. They always fall flat on their face because women are in a privileged position where they don't have to necessarily understand what it takes to attract the man because men come to them.
So what's like the code? So what's like how many codes is there?
Well, it depends on the girl. You know, if you deal with a girl that's younger, that's in her prime years, well, you got to understand that she's more, you know, inclined to look for fun. If you're dealing with a girl that is in her mid-20s, a lot of times she might be pursuing, you know, it depends on the girl, but she might be pursuing some type of stability or some security, and you got to play to that angle. Or if you deal with a girl that's a little bit older, late 20s, 30s, and up, 9 out of 10 times she's going to want some type of security if she hasn't gotten it already.
So what kind of woman do you want? Sorry.
Me? I mean, I could deal with whatever. My thing is, I need her to come into my life and be an asset and not a liability. Right. Most girls are liabilities, to be honest.
So how do you know you're the top guy?
She doesn't flake. She gives you the best treatment. She actually has, you know, enthusiastic sex with you versus like it being like a mission. Sometimes she initiates the sex. There's a bunch of different ways to tell if you're the top guy. She doesn't flake. She responds to you immediately. So, I mean, if you take an average attractive girl, she's talking to 5 to 10 guys at any time. So you'll know right away when you're the number 1 guy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you got to be the number 1 guy. The girl always has to like the guy more than she likes him.
So what's your type?
My type? Not fat, not rude, not obnoxious, polite, fit, feminine, friendly, submissive. Simple stuff, man.
That's a lot, though. I feel like to say not fat's rude, though.
I'll make it simple. Fit, feminine, friendly, and coachable. Yeah, and coachable to be trained. You got to train women, man. I know that sounds terrible, but a lot of women have bad habits.
So do men. But I
agree. A lot of men do have bad habits. I agree. But here's the difference.
Go on.
Women don't like it when they get criticized. If I go on a podcast and I say, you know what, guys, you need to stop being bums. You need to get your money on point. You need to stop being fat POSs, etc. They actually admire and respect that. People are in the chat, flame emojis, whatever. I go on rants on the guys all the time. I'm sweating, going crazy. It's like I'm delivering a preach. You know what I'm saying? I'm preaching over here. And they respond favorably to it. But the reason why is because men are okay with criticism, right? And no one clips it and puts it on TikTok when I yell at the guys and tell them that they're bums. However, they will clip it when I tell women that they're useless. So what's the issue here? It's not that... the issue here is that one gender can't take criticism while the other one can, because here's the reality. Men, if they're losers, their reality is reflecting upon that. If I'm a loser, I live with my mom, eat Cheetos, fat, dork, well, I'm not getting laid. My peers don't respect me. Okay, my environment represents like what I've achieved or not achieved in life. Women, however, you can be a bimbo, stupid, whatever, but you're mildly attractive, you're still going to get a bunch of offers and attention, etc. So women rarely get held accountable for their poor decisions. Men do, though. Men have to live in reality.
For me, like, I understand like the value a man brings. So I'm never going to sit and argue the fact that men are trash or anything like that, because I don't think men are. But I kind of feel like my issue is it's like this.
But they do need to step up. They need to do better.
Who?
Men, in general.
No, but this is what I'm saying, like, men genuinely do, because for me, like, my circle of, like, the women around me are really good women, and what I've seen from my experience with all these women, like, that have probably made the wrong choice with, like, the wrong father of their child, but it's kind of like we have this hyper independent wave of women that don't know how to submit. Because for me, in an ideal situation, I'd love to be a submissive woman that stayed at home, had my business, done what I wanted to do for me, and did have a man, but realistically, I don't want to give you the power to condescend me, to be like, you wouldn't have that if it wasn't for me, because this is what men do. You then, like, your ego runs away with you, and you don't know how to actually respect women, because with everything, it's like you said, you don't see women as equal.
They're not.
No, but this is what I'm saying. You're saying that we're not, but at the same time, there's no respect for me as a woman of what I'm bringing to you.
Oh, okay. So here's the thing. You're looking at equality from a human perspective. I'm not saying that men are better than women from a human perspective. I'm saying that men are leaders, so therefore we cannot be equal. When you're on the battlefield, right, and the lieutenant or whoever the commanding officer is on the battlefield, you're not equal to him as, you know, a regular soldier. He is the leader. You're not equal, but there's a reason. There's a hierarchy to dictate order. If the woman is equal to the guy, well, who's going to make the final decision? Nothing gets done by a committee. There always has to be one leader in charge. There's a reason why there's a president, there's a CEO, etc. Both people can't be alphas, as they say. The problem is this. Women are confused about what men actually want. They think a CEO, a boss, a business owner, ambitious, competitive woman. We don't give a shit about none of that stuff. Men don't care about that. And I would argue the more money a man makes, the less he cares about his woman's ability to earn money. And critical thinking means being able to look at reality, see what's going on, apply some critical thinking, and fix problems from a deductive problem-solving standpoint. A lot of girls lack this. They follow people like Nicki Minaj, you know, Mia Khalifa, Lana Rhoades, whatever, Kim Kardashian. These are all terrible representations of what women should be. What a girl is supposed to do is come into a man's life, see where he's deficient. Okay, I noticed that you like to go to the gym at this time. I'm going to make sure that you have a protein shake with as many grams of protein as you need, the vegetables, etc. When you come back, not even asked. The place is spotless. I noticed that you have an issue with organizing your files, or you like to have your things in a certain order when you come home. I'm going to make sure that's done, and I'm a deductive problem solver. I'm able to be observant, because that's women's gift, is being observant of social situations. That's why women are socially